Hello, ladies. Jody here from Healing Journey, founder of the 12-week program, The Holistic Anxiety Fix. Now, it's been a couple of days since I popped online in the group. You'll also see that I look like a giant puffball, or what I like to say is I'm embodying a chipmunk. So I'm going to be sharing with you a little bit about where I've been for the last couple of days and why I'm sounding like there's marbles in my mouth. But first, I wanted to let you guys know that I am running a web class on Thursday. And this is going to be at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're going to do a deeper dive into the 3 secrets to heal your anxiety without medication. So in today's chat, we're going to be talking about the vagal nerve. So give me a like if you've heard of the vagal nerve, or if you know anything about it, just let me know. This is a very important nerve in the body in terms of addressing anxiety. And I'm going to share with you a story on, how I was able to use the vagal nerve to calm myself down. So we all know that the best way to handle anxiety, or I should say the most effective way, is to avoid feeling any anxiety at all. And that is exactly what I wanted to do this past weekend, because I had to go to the dentist, puffy cheeks included, to get some dental surgery. So it was a dental surgery called a cavitation surgery, which is essentially around the areas of the wisdom teeth, and it's pretty awful. And this time they couldn't put me to sleep with it. So I had to stay awake on the table for 4 hours during the entire process. So I don't know about you, but this provoked extreme anxiety, and avoidance was not an option. I had to be able to move through the anxiety without having a panic attack on the table and without sending my body into a complete shocked state. And so for different people, there are different stressors for the nervous system. And sitting on a table while the dentist drills inside my mouth is obviously one of my bigger stressors. I did not want to be there, but it's something that I had to go through. So one of the strategies that I use that is definitely a great thing to think about is, how can I keep my vagal nerve calm while this is happening? How can I stimulate my vagal nerve during this stress to let my nervous system know that it's safe, that I'm in control, and that what's happening, although it feels traumatic and definitely was traumatic, it was still something that I'm consciously going to do, and it's still something that in the long term is going to be safe for me. So how do you do that? So you may have been in this position as well, maybe not on the dentist table, but somewhere where you're finding yourself really, really stressed out and you don't know what to do, and you have to move through that moment, but you also don't want to have to move through that moment. So just let me know by giving me a like if this is something that you've also struggled with, because everyone really has your triggers. So what are your triggers? The biggest ones that I hear are, driving, having to do a presentation, even going to the grocery store for a lot of women can elicit this really anxious panic response. So I see a like coming in, a couple of likes. So definitely people knowing what it feels like to be stuck in that moment and really feeling that extreme level of panic. Driving is somebody's big thing there. Yeah, so driving can be a really big one, right? And again, kind of like me on the dentist table, you have to move through the driving or pull over, right? So it's something that we need to learn how to calm yourself down in the moment. So I'm going to share with you what I did. So the first thing I did is I did a very specific type of breath called the ujjayi breath. This is a breath that I teach in the Holistic Anxiety Fix. And what it does is it constricts the base of your throat and it engages the vagal nerve, which runs at the base of your neck. And so this really helps to activate your nervous system and say, hey, it's safe. And this is a practice that I developed from yoga, but it's a very great practice. And actually, I see there's a lot of driving here. I always have to bail out and pull over. Yeah, so that happens to so many women who have a lot of anxiety driving. And one of the women in my program, she actually uses that ujjayi breath while she's driving to calm herself down. So I definitely did that on the table. I also put in music that was going to calm my nervous system as well. So I listened to, Tibetan drums or something like that, but it was a frequency that I knew would calm me, and it was a song I was familiar with. I really like healing frequency music. That's not necessarily a direct vagal nerve thing, but it definitely calmed my system down. Now, something that I wish that I'd had, but I'd forgotten, was actually this little cool device called the ResiMax. It's a device that you can get, and no, I'm not their sponsor or whatever, but it's a really cool device, and when you turn it on, it starts to vibrate. No, this is not what you think. There is an attachment on the end, but it vibrates, and then what it does is your nervous system will actually entrain to this level of vibration. So it vibrates in a very calming frequency, and then when you place it on you, it can actually start to calm down. So that is also something that I really wish that I had on the dentist table, right? I wish that I had this device, because instantly that it would calm down. And so sometimes when I'm struggling to calm myself down before bed, I will take this device and I will sleep with it, or fall asleep with it, and it really helps to calm things down. So that is another really cool strategy to do that really supports the vagal nerve. And then another support that I'm going to do after, so I've actually booked an appointment with a cranial sacral therapist. I don't know if you guys have heard of cranial sacral therapy before. Just give me a like if you've heard of cranial sacral therapy. Anyone? Or just let me know in the comments. Have you guys heard of this? So what it's actually doing is it's massaging very gently different parts at the base of your spine here, and it's activating the fluids in your nervous system to really engage your vagal nerve. So I see a nope there. So this is a really great therapy to do. It's somebody that's trained in it, and it's very, very small, gentle movements that's going to really activate your vagal nerve. So I knew that this event would stress me out for a while, and it might take a while for my nervous system to come back down. And so I actually booked an appointment with the wonderful Sarah Irwin, who's local to me, and we're going to be doing some cranial sacral therapy tomorrow to really reactivate my vagal nerve. The other thing that I did is I started doing visualizations. So this isn't direct to necessarily the vagal nerve, but I started picturing myself grounded and safe. So I have a safe place that I go to. It's real. It's out west in an ancient forest. And I visualize myself there during this time grounding, because grounding is another really great way to calm the body down, whether you're able to do that with your bare feet or whether you're doing it visually in your mind. It can be a really great strategy. Now I'm going to give you one more vagal nerve strategy. It is not one that I obviously did on the dentist table, but it is a great one to do, and that is gargling. So gargling is going to do that same action as the ujjayi breath, where it's going to, if you deeply gargle, I know it sounds a little weird, but it's actually activating your vagal nerve. And your vagal nerve is much like a muscle that needs to be strengthened. And so if we don't use it, we kind of lose it. And so the more activities you can do to strengthen the vagal nerve, the better, because this is a very important nerve in our parasympathetic nervous system. It connects the brain to the gut. So it also helps with digestion. So those are some of the strategies that I used in the moment to stay calm on the dentist table, which was very, very stressful. So I'd love to see you guys at my web class this Thursday. We're going to be talking a lot more about different strategies and ways to understand your anxiety that you probably haven't heard of before. 3 secrets to heal your anxiety without medication. So we're talking about ways that don't require medication to heal. And so if you'd like to learn more, you can just press web class and type that in the comments below, and then I'll send you the link. I'm running it this Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I hope to see you there. Bye for now.